Hi guys, Top Pops here, and today we're going to be reacting to Maxmoefoe's entire Funko Pop collection. So let's get started. Now, you guys might be wondering, Tristan, why are you reacting to one person's collection? Well, Maxmoefoe is a YouTuber, and he has the biggest Funko Pop collection I think I've ever seen. This is the most expensive. I don't exactly know what the price was, but I remember last time he had talked about it in a video. It was like $500,000, something around there. He has some crazy prototypes, some figures limited to like 1 in 24 pieces, and some really, really amazing stuff. There's even a prototype where he bought both of them. I think it was both white ones. We'll show it later on, but he did it just so he could say that he has every single one in the world. He has a crazy collection, and I want to show it off. So we're going to be going through it today, reacting to it, and because this was also 3 years ago, he shows off some of the Pop Price Guide prices in this video, and I want to take some of those prices and compare them to what they are now. But anyways, guys, let's get into this video because it's pretty crazy.
Hey, everyone. Well, guys, I'm doing it. Wipe down your pocket protectors. This doesn't have pockets, does it? Welcome to my collection room, everyone. This is it. I've been holding off showing the whole thing, and I'm about to show you the whole thing.
Alright guys, so I wanted to pause here. We are 19 seconds in, and this collection already trumps mine. But anyways, let's keep going.
Much like What's on the Shelf, that video where I showed you guys what was on the shelf. Today I'm doing What's in the Room. We're going to see, you've guessed it, what's in the room. Okay, so clearly I have a lot of pop vinyls. Alright, so I used to collect these heavily back before they made too many to count and they acquired too many licenses and they were just shitting them out. I used to get every exclusive. I used to try to do absolutely everything. I spent all my money on these things, and a lot of the older ones they really have gone up.
Okay, as you can see there, that is the SDCC exclusive Ariel and Ursula. Some of you guys probably didn't even know that that figure existed, but they used to make mini versions of them that were like this size, but maybe about half of that. I mean, the figures these size are about 3.5 to 4 inches, so it's about half the size of those ones, and they came in 2 packs. And this right there, I believe, is limited to 480 pieces to SDCC. That thing is a lot of money now.
In value, and it was a decent investment. But nowadays, I just don't buy them like I used to, you know? I do buy an exclusive every now and then, but for the most part, I kind of just really slowed down. So whereabouts do we start? We can start in this sort of almost not even a cupboard. I don't want to spend too much time on everything. But let's see, here we have some Animal Crossing amiibos. Just a few different overflow of amiibos that aren't on the big shelf out there. Here's Pop from Pop Asia. The thing, you know, if you want to know if a Pop's worth getting exclusive or somewhat rare at least or not, so if it has a sticker on the front, it'll say something like limited edition, you know, convention exclusive to whatever thing that it is, and that's usually that it's made specifically to sell at that convention. So the normal one of this is white, this little white dude, but then the exclusive version is gold, and there'd be a much, much more finite amount of those printed. Now, down here, this is an example of a much rarer exclusive. This guy goes for quite a little bit now. He didn't used to be much when I got him.
Okay, so you guys saw there, the Cheshire Cat in blue is going for $440 back in 2017. So, we're going to be checking the Funko app to see how much this thing is worth now. Alright guys, this figure is now worth $700. That is a lot more than back then. I mean, $400 is still crazy, but this is way more now.
I think I purchased him for like 30 bucks. So this is the Cheshire Cat. He's usually pink. This is the blue version. And this was a Comic-Con exclusive from 2012. There's 480 made. So it says right there, it says 480 piece. I would like to go through all the interesting stuff I know about pop vinyls, but that's for another video. But anyway, yeah, he goes for a fair bit now. That's pretty cool. So we've just got amiibos here on the floor. I've got amiibos everywhere. Alright, there's a little Vault Boy. Just like in the game, he's hiding away down there. You'd never find him. There's a couple of high quality figures right now. We've got these things. These never really caught on. It's 2015, San Diego, Comic-Con. 500 piece limited, which I think is the Splat version. He's covered in green. And this guy's covered in He's covered in something, and these are 500 piece as well.
Those right there, guys, are the vinyl idols made by Vinyl Sugar and Funko. I want to mention those because he did talk about them a little bit there. Yeah, like he said, they didn't really catch on. They were some really cool figures. I actually just got the Batman one recently, and I have some other ones that I got from the dollar store a little while back. But yeah, these ones are really nice and a lot rarer than the ones that I own, but they're still really neat.
Ian actually picked those up for me. iDubbbz picked those up for me, and a bunch of other at San Diego. When I used to collect tons of stuff, I've been, you know, pulling back on it a lot lately. Don't ask why this is in here. It's from the Flaming Knife videos. Maybe we should remove this. There's probably something behind it. Don't remember. I haven't been behind here in a while. Oh, it's the full... There you go. More Vault Boy bobbleheads. What have we got behind that? Some pop vinyl shit.
I want to pause there because he didn't talk about it for very long, but that there was the Pop Asia... Oh no, that might be different. Now I'm trying to think, hold on. So that stuff back there was like the Box of Fun, I thought, because they used to do Box of Funs that were that green color. But it said Pop Asia on the side, so maybe there was an Asian one as well? I'm not too sure about that. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section below because I don't know about that one.
And then up from that, we've got some more pop vinyls. We've got a Comic-Con exclusive Batmobile there. Got some Walking Dead, few different things. That's not bad now. That goes for a little bit.
Okay, guys, so there's the Luke Skywalker, Hoth, and Wampa. Now, this is one of those figures that kind of hits home a little bit. That was one that I could have picked up over at Barnes & Noble. We didn't. I remember I didn't have much money, so I was like, I would get a little bit here and there to buy a figure. And that one was one that my mom was like, you just bought a Wampa, you don't need to buy another one. So I didn't buy that one. I wish I did. So back then in 2017, it was worth $155. Now it's only worth $10 more at $165, but it still is a pretty pricey figure.
Skywalker and Wampa. I really like this pop. So he actually, if you take him out, he's actually, his arm's cut off. But in the normal version, I don't think that's what it is. Around the corner here, we've got Headless Herschel. He's one of my favorites, besides the Ned Stark. And you can see this is peeling, but yeah, see, 2014 exclusive. I bought a lot of these because I thought they'd go up in value, but they printed more than I thought they were printing. So yeah, you can see there's another Headless Herschel there. There's another one there. And you get some different things. Now, we take a step back from that, and then we go down. We've got some more Funkos here. If you don't know who this guy is, he's Freddy Funko. Oh, it says his name there. He is the mascot of Funko. A lot of people don't know that because most of Freddy Funko, his figures, they're around conventions and around the company putting out exclusive stuff. Most of his stuff is exclusive. So if we take a look on this one, his box there, he is quite a rare piece. In fact, 48 of him were made, and he's in 2013. Very cool, visible jet.
Since he talked about that Freddy Funko so much there, and I'm glad that he does put in some like little fun facts about the company and that, but I did want to actually see what that one was worth. Now, he didn't put the price on the screen, but I still want to find out because that is the Freddy Funko. That was an SDCC one, like you said. Only 48 of them were made, so I'm going to see if I can find that on the app and find out how much it's worth. Alright guys, so that pop right there was the one with the orange hair. It is worth $460. It was released in 2013, and the edition size, like he had mentioned, was 48 pieces. That is crazy. It's a crazy cool piece. I would love to have that one. But yeah, $480 is a pretty steep price.
We got a Weeping Angel, and now we're at the foot of this one. By God, there's some rare... I'm going to have to come back to that. There is some really, really rare in here. In fact, I may just turn around and I may do a few over here. So on this shelf, there's a lot of amiibos. A ton of amiibos on the ground, and a ton of amiibos just sort of sitting around like that. We've got a big Freddy Funko down here. We're definitely going to come back to this one. This is a prototype, which is why it's all white.
Did you guys see that? I have never seen that crazy of a figure before. Those things I know alone, those are like the 36-inch Freddy vinyls. You guys might know they make little ones now, but those ones were for like conventions and fun days and stuff like that. And fun days is a party, guys, if you're wondering, after SDCC that they do, that Funko holds, and they have all these crazy, crazy figures there. And those ones were a couple years back, but that is a prototype of that figure. Those big ones go for thousands of dollars. I wonder what that prototype's worth. But he did say he was going to come back to that one, so fingers crossed we're going to hear a little bit more information about it because I would love to hear it.
Here's some Hikaris. Not really like these. These are the Japanese vinyls. He's one of 3,000 piece. This guy here is one of 500. I don't really like them. This corner here, it's where I store a bunch of crap.
I mean, at least he's honest.
This corner, that's not real money. This corner here, more different stuff. Anyway, let's get to these. So all these ones here are the newest stuff that I've purchased, and I haven't bought stuff in a long while, but these are the newest ones I've got. Got morphing exclusive. The range is very sort of cheap for them to print, where they're just halfway between morphing. This one says Phantom 80 years Australian exclusive. So I guess you could only get that one from an Australian store or whatever. I got that one from Pop Culture, which is Australian. Over here you got Funko 215 limited edition, first to market 216 Comic Con exclusive. We got some older stuff. This is very old actually. I'd say this is quite back on. Yeah, the box is a bit scratched up.
I do want to say that Zombie Jake was one of those figures that right when I first started collecting was one of those figures that I loved and really wanted to get. I have some of the Adventure Time ones, like we've got Finn, J-Mo, BMO, like a couple figures, Gunter, but I never did get that one, so that would be one of those ones I would love to get eventually. It's cool that he showed it off here. I know it's probably worth about like maybe, I want to say $100 to $200, not too crazy, but it's an older one and you don't see it very often.
Hard plastic case, but I don't because I'm an idiot. But yeah, this Jake, Zombie Jake. So what they'll do is they'll print a normal Jake and then they'll print something like this where they've just turned him into the zombie version of Jake for the limited, and they printed 1008 pieces of him. There's so much shit here. I can't go through it, honestly. And I think it's like 3 layers deep here. I can't see the wall of pops that's behind this. And then there's this one, and then there's this. Sorry, it's 4 layers fucking deep. Just can't do it. There's a whole lot of cool stuff.
Did you guys see that one there? Okay, I wanted to mention this because I'm just pausing for a second. You guys can see Heisenberg, Luke Skywalker, Thrall. I did see that Jason Voorhees unmasked. He just passes by stuff so quick because there's so much to go over. But I did want to check out that one because that one might be worth like $600. I'm not sure. Yes, the unmasked, well, it's a little cheaper than I thought, but the unmasked Jason is $440. It's so crazy that he just skipped past it because he has so much rarer stuff. But it is really cool to see it.
But there's another Headless Herschel. Well, I just can't touch on it. There's a cool Baymax there. I just can't. There's a SpongeBob. I can't remember what that was made for. It doesn't have a sticker on it. The golden SpongeBob. But if you want to touch on any of the older stuff, you got to go through this front 2 layers of shit. It's mostly down the bottom. What's behind the fish? Anything behind the fish? What do you know? Another Headless Herschel. Yeah, this is a bunch of stuff. The Yo Gabba Gabba. Hey, there we go. That's one of my older ones. The glow-in-the-dark Yo Gabba Gabba. Maybe like 480 piece, not sure. Who cares? Oh, there's the yellow Spartan Warrior, also 480 piece.
Another still where it's like $3,000 worth of figures. He's not going through all of them, but you guys can see on the far top right there, there's the metallic Mike Wazowski, then the metallic Deadpool, then the Spartan Warrior, and Jules from Pulp Fiction. I also saw he has the bloody Jules from Pulp Fiction, the Yo Gabba Gabba ones, just so many crazy figures. Max, your collection is amazing.
Anyway guys, that's the world of pop vinyl in a nutshell. I would love to go more into that in a special video one day. A proper video. Look at the chocolate version of Majin Buu. Alright, so, in this corner, this guy is a prototype. Prototype is, yes, like a fucking you know what a prototype is? A prototype with these figures, when they make them, you know what, let's go over here. I can't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I think it's between 2 and 5 white ones. I think 2.
It's about 2 and 5 white ones, yeah.
They make, I could be wrong, I haven't done this in a long time. They'll make 2 white ones of a certain thing, and then they'll make, I think, 5 colored ones of a certain thing. And that's it. This is underground, super hardcore collection shit. I used to be very in deep with the community, with the forums and everything, in collecting this. This is the Goonies full set. Either someone else has the other white ones, or they're just scattered around a bunch of different people.
I just want to let you guys know, though, that with the prototypes, if you guys are wondering with the white ones, those are the ones that are usually have, like, little blemishes or little mistakes in them, because they like to check the molds to make sure they are perfect, and that's why they do the white ones. So if you guys get a white one, you might see a little bit wrong with them. And if you guys are wondering how to get these, you got to go to, like, fun days, post on the forums, you know, talk to people, even just buy them on eBay, or GeminiCollectibles.net does carry them sometimes. They are very pricey, but they are really cool.
You see the Ghostbuster white proto for Domo on either side. I've got both, so just for this, so I could say I have 2 things that were printed and there's no more in the world, and I have the only 2 white ones ever made.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're just hunks of plastic. I know, there's fucking hunks of plastic, and you pay a lot of good money for these things. There's another Domo there. There's I ended up getting the 2-headed dragon. This one was quite popular actually. from How to Train Your Dragon, and I got the green prototype. So they'll make it white, and then they'll make like a color one, which is, it'll be the main color of the body that the body's going to be, so then they can paint as much less stuff as they can. Now, while we're here, we might as well go down. We'll get into some rare. Here's a color proto for Buzz, Big Buzz. Behind him, we've got a Freddy Funko as Buzz Lightyear, and this is what they love to do. They dress Freddy Funko up as different characters for most of the exclusive stuff. So we've got 24 pieces.
Okay guys, so he did just pop it up on the screen there. At the time it was valued at $1,500. I'm gonna guess this Freddy Funko as Buzz is probably now $2,000, maybe $3,000, but I wanna check. Okay, this one here is now going for $2,660. That's crazy.
So there's 24 of this metallic Freddy Funko Buzz Lightyear. And now we've got the Penguin. Everyone loves the Penguin. This is one of the oldest pops. He's very old. We've got the normal Penguin, which sells for quite a bit on his own.
Alright guys, so he popped it up on the screen again. Let's check this one here while we're at it. The Penguin, I think now is probably about that, if I'm not mistaken, but it could be a little bit more. It's actually gone down slightly at now $135. It's probably because they've made a couple new Penguin figures, but it's not too much cheaper, but it's still an amazing figure I'd love to own.
Roughly, and then down here, we've got the Chase Penguin. Now the thing with Chase, before all the other limited stuff, this is how they used to do it, and they still do it now, I think. And you'll see the difference between him and him is he is metallic. He's got metallic pants, he's got a metallic hat. The Chase version, when they send a bunch of pop vinyls out to a store, I'm not sure how they do it now, this is how they used to do it. There will be, per whole box of pops that go out to a store, there'd be one in it that would be different, and he would be the Chase piece. And it would usually supposed to be whoever got lucky enough to find a Chase piece in a store, which would get stocked, would be able to buy it. And that's how they distributed rare pops into just the general market.
That is how they still do it, guys. I know it's with less back then. It used to be a 1 in 36. Now it's a 1 in 6, sometimes 1 in 4, depending on which the figures. But he did show the Chase one there, and I want to check see what that one's worth as well. Oh, yeah, it's actually the same price. Oh, actually, hold on. It's gone down $10, so it's probably the same price at $1,100. And I mean, if one person sells it for like $5 more or less, it's going to fluctuate it. So it's probably about the same, and that is a crazy price for a Chase.
And they go for quite a bit now. And when I say very old, I mean they're still fairly new in terms of collection stuff, but they've gone up in price so much in such a short time. And then you have these guys. There's some more, as you can see. Down from that, oh baby, oh god, these pops. All right, so at the back here we got Bane. I don't think he's worth that much, but I don't know why he's in there. Maybe he's worth a little bit. Now, the normal one is Huckleberry Hound, right? He's the standard run. You could just buy everywhere in stores or whatever else. But then, for Huckleberry Hound, they decided to make this blue version. This, like, dark blue version. It's just a box that's a little bit scuffed. And here's 480 piece. He was released at Comic-Con San Diego 2014 as an exclusive, right? Now, now we've got a purple one. All these other colors are 24 piece. I don't have all of them, but they're very expensive. They're a lot more expensive now than they used to be, but they were still very expensive at the time. It depends who gets their hands on them when they try to resell them. But these are the three that I have. We've got the red, we've got the green, we've got purple, and the dark blue, which is the less rare. But these ones are all 24 piece. There's 24 purples, there's 24 greens, and there's 24 reds. I think there's 2 colors that I'm missing, that I went broke when I was trying to collect them.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the 2 colors that he's missing is orange and yellow, or maybe pink. I don't know, I might be wrong about that, but it's something like that.
And now I don't really care enough about them, but they just sort of sit in there. God, there's so much stuff. It's just looking at it now, reminiscing on it. Stuff I've purchased and shoved here that's never been opened. What do we have here? Thank you for your feedback, Club Nintendo reward. Oh, I think that was this. This Club Nintendo, that was a Club Nintendo reward, that one. There's Eddie Munster from the Munsters. My girlfriend looked after him at Supernova as one of the people that take care of the guests. So she got that and he signed that. That's pretty cool.
Fun fact about the Eddie Munster one. He was actually in my video when the first year we went to Niagara Falls Comic Con. I didn't know it was Eddie Munster at the time. So I just went over and looked at his signed Funko Pops because I wanted to show those off. But then right to my right was Eddie Munster. I felt so bad after because he was a lot older. Of course, he was a kid in the show. I didn't know. But it's funny that he does have a signed Eddie Munster in a very similar story. Not that he missed him, but that his girlfriend, you know, was one of the people, I guess, at the conventions with Eddie Munster. But yeah, I felt bad after that one. So Eddie Munster, I know you're not watching, but if you do come across this video, sorry about that.
There's a ton of pop vinyls behind here. I can't get into it. I can't get through there. Down from that, there's the Hikari Japanese vinyls, all limited ones that I was telling you about. Back to the Proto. The big Freddy Funko Proto. This, there's 10 of, I think. Here's number 2 of the big white ones. And the ones that got coloured were used mainly in certain collectible stores. You'd walk in and you'd see one of those in the store or whatever. But yeah, I was very lucky enough to get that. The lengths I went to get some of this stuff and how obsessed I was with it. With a bunch of applications and different things and alarms and settings and forums and just, I was so heavily into this. But the cool thing about this is if you look at his foot, it's signed by Brian, which is the guy, I think the CEO of Funko. It says Proto number 2. They used to mark the Protos out with Texter.
That is such a cool prototype, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone else that owns that, so Max has such an amazing figure there. I know Brian Mariotti has signed a lot of stuff in terms of like super rare figures, like the Alex DeLarge ones where there's only 1 in 12. He signed and numbered every single one. That's something really cool, but this is even rarer because it's 1 of 10, not 1 of 12.
It's a really ridiculous looking Batman. I could spend all day going through every individual item, but I'm not going to. But this is long enough anyway. He's a 24 piece. He's Freddy Funko, grey version of the Batman, and my God, people who collect like Batman and Superman stuff and the Star Wars ones, they are feisty.
Okay, so that one there is worth $1,190 back in 2017. He's getting a little hostile about all these figures, but I totally understand when you've spent that much on figures. It does get kind of crazy, but I do want to check this here. So Batman Freddy, let's see what he's worth. Alright guys, it has now gone up about $600 to now $1,710. That is crazy how much all of his figures are worth, especially the bigger Freddy Funko ones. They seem to really have gone up in price since back in 2017, with all of them going up at least $600 to $1,000. So this is a pretty crazy figure. Actually, it's a pretty crazy collection.
They're hard to beat. And if you come around here, you'll see I've got the blue one as well. So you see how that's like black grey? This bad boy is blue-grey, and he also is 24 piece, 24 of him. God, I haven't looked at these in ages. Behind the glass. What's this? Is this one of the worst games of all time? Oh, it is! Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Never opened. Purchased it, never opened it, because it sucks!
Did anybody else see my most expensive Funko Pop ever just sitting there and he completely ignored it? That was like my bread and butter for the collection, and he was just like, yeah, Tony Hawk Skate 5. We're gonna skip the metallic buzz. Anyways, that thing's worth, what is it now, $1,090? It's not even one of the most expensive figures. It's probably not even in his top 20. Ugh, I just thought I'd mention it.
This is a cool little Dragon Ball piece. Another Proto, white Proto. The white Protos are the rare ones. But some of the colored ones look really cool though.
He has so many prototypes, he's just like, oh, there's another prototype. That one there is from Big Trouble in Little China. I don't think it's worth too crazy of an amount, but probably like $400 to $500, where some of the other prototypes that he was showing is probably thousands of dollars.
This is one of the coolest things they've ever done, in my opinion, because it's just so different. And they didn't like do it to have a mainstream copy of it. It's like completely just for the exclusive. There's 1,000 piece. They usually do 1,008, but this is 1,000 piece SpongeBob as a Ninja Turtle with Shredder, Plankton as Shredder, and it's in a lunchbox. Leonardo, SpongeBob, Plankton, Shredder.
I would love to own that figure there, guys, and that's weird that it was only limited to 1,000 and not 1,008, but I do really want to check to see what that is worth, because I would love to own that figure. I was thinking of buying that a long time ago, but then it was maybe like $200 to $300 at the time, so it was a little bit pricey, but it's probably worth way more now, but we'll still check. It is worth $430, and with it only being limited to 1,000, that's pretty cheap, I feel like.
What do we have down here in between? We've got some games, we've got some other rare pop vinyls. Some of these are covered in shit, but they're alright. This is a black and white Freddy Funko.
Fun fact about the black and white Freddy, I almost bought that one because what we were doing was we went on vacation and I had saved up a bunch of money for going on vacation, and this one at the time was $150. And I was going to be like, it's either I'm going to buy some figures when we get back or spend my money and get this. I should have bought that. I don't even know what figures I bought. I think I just went to the store and bought whatever was new at the time. In hindsight, I should have bought this, but I didn't.
Here's 240 piece from 2013. And down here we have Blue Mickey. And boy, we've got a lot of nice stuff over in the next cabinet. I think that's quite an expensive and old one down there, but we're not going to bother with that. We're going to take a look at these. This shit is crazy. So, as I mentioned earlier, you've got protos, but those don't really appeal to everyone. These are actually catalogued, and there's stuff, if you're going through a checklist and you want them all, you're supposed to really get them. But you can't get them because the numbers are so small, it's insane. These are the Freddy Funko Ghostbusters. These are like the splattered versions. The splattered version's 24 piece, 24 piece. That's the smallest we've gone so far in terms of actual piece size. Here's a Stan Lee. That's from True Believers. There's a lot of Stan Lee ones in there. He'll just have different stuff on his shirt depending on what convention it was. But that's a signed one. That's pretty cool. Now this. Oh, baby. Now, this one. This is one of the very few that are super limited edition. I've got him in a hard case. He is Freddy Funko, dressed as this guy. He is the glow-in-the-dark version. He is 12 piece. Okay? Behind those...
He just skips right past it. It's 12 pieces, and I do want to mention it because I want to find the price on that. That one there was Snow Miser, Freddy, so let me look this one up. I can just type in Freddy Miser, and I'm sure it'll come up. That one there, guys, is worth $670, and if you had the one that wasn't glow-in-the-dark, it'd still be $560. And that's crazy, though, because the one that isn't glow-in-the-dark is limited to 96, but the one that is glow-in-the-dark is limited to 12. That's a big difference for only $100.
The more of the Ghostbusters versions... Very rare ones. Then you've got Freddy Funko's The Ninja Turtles. Again, super rare. 24 piece, 24 piece, and 24 piece. Up from that, you've got some little Naruto things. These are actually really, really cute little figures. Here is, this one specifically is 300 piece, so he's a little more easy to get. I know he's easy to get because I got two of them. Deadpool. Now, Deadpool...
Max, if you still own that, I'd love to buy it off you.
Anything Deadpool, super collectible. This is Freddy Funko as grey version of Deadpool, 24 piece. Boom, 24 piece, son.
So this was one of those figures that I always wanted to pick up. It was one of those things that was a grail to me. I never did get it because of how expensive it was. And even back then, it's $1,700, but we're still going to check, see what it's worth. It looks like, guys, nobody has sold it since then, or very few have sold it, and it's still worth $1,710.
Now, my other two 12-piece super rares are up here. They only have 3 in total. But this one is Freddy Funko as the glow-in-the-dark version of the Joker. That's right, 12-piece! Sorry, I just farted. Any Kiss fans here? We've got a Freddy Funko, glow-in-the-dark. Again, a 12-piece. That's from 2012. Goes downhill from there. I mean, depending on where you hold your cards, because these are all protos. Still very expensive. There's a Michael Jackson proto. That one probably goes for a little bit to the right buyer.
Okay, so I know there's a Michael Jackson proto there, there's some other stuff, but Max, again, I want to ask, is that one a DIY Funko Pop proto? Because there's no, like, detail to it, and they did make a lot of the DIY ones that you guys could do to paint on them, but I want to know if that one on the far left is a DIY one or something a little different. I don't know.
Got a Luigi. I had a lot of Luigi stuff. I used to love collecting Luigi things. We've got this Naruto. He's got this scroll on his back, which goes all the way down. Luigi. We've got Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, the coloured version. Again, coloured. I think there's usually 5 coloured protos. Some more just down. There's a coloured proto and there's 2 white protos. Up here you've got Walter White's. There's some certain exclusive ones around here. One of my favourites of those is Smashed Face Jesse. That's 2,500 piece. There's more exclusives around there, but we don't really have the time for those.
Alright guys, well that was Maxmoefoe's entire collection. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Now I know this was a couple years old, but I still wanted to go through it because he probably still has, I would say, all if not most of these figures. And there were some really, really rare ones. And it's so funny how his most expensive figure is probably like, I don't know, a half, maybe quarter of my collection and what it's worth in general. I gotta start to maybe bump up what I'm buying and get some more expensive figures. So maybe we could do something fun and buy some expensive ones. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see that. Also, what was your favorite thing that you saw inside of Max's video? Just because there was so many crazy things that I probably missed, as well as he didn't even mention, that you guys could totally mention in the comment section below. But anyways, this has been another episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.